What comes to mind when you think of a medieval fantasy world? A starter house? A huge over-the-top nether portal? A farming village where we put our villagers to work? An enormous wood empire? How about a trading hall built in an ancient city? Come on, that's pretty cool, right? Well, I've built all of these in my hardcore world, but now there are a few things missing. City gates that don't actually lead to anywhere just yet, but they will. This is the next step to building up my world full of interconnected cities and towns. First up, to make progress on these gates, we're going to need an automatic wheat farm. I'm going to need a lot of pot mud, and for that we need wheat. You see, this is my wheat farm at the moment. It just won't do. So, automatic wheat farm it is. And to get this farm up and running, we're going to need an alley. So, going out into the big bad world, I stopped by a pillager outpost to collect one of these little blue guys and take him back home. Yeah, here we go. We only need the one alley, as we can breed them up. All we need is a jukebox, a music disc, and away we go. Put that in. So you should be dancing. You are dancing. There we go. We've got another one. No. Eventually, we're going to need 6 of those. But for now, I just need a tiny little hole to put the farm into. And then I can start putting this farm together. I'm going to have 6 layers in this thing, hence the 6 alleys needed. With the first layer of the farming, we can now add our villagers to work alongside the alley. All we have to do is connect our rail, which is already connected to the breeder, over to the wheat farm, where we can then just drop them in. Hopefully this works. Go. There he is. My system works. Aha. Oh, have I got a job for you, buddy? Go. Aha, good. I could have just put him in that one. Why didn't I just put him in that? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. With the farm built, along with the villagers and the allies, the next thing we need to do is make this farm run a little bit faster. And for that, we need bees. And currently, I think I've only got 1 nest. Yes, 1 nest. Which obviously isn't going to be enough. A quick trip to the forest to gather 5 more nests, hoping that they all had bees in it. We should now have enough for the farm. I now need to check how many bees we have, and to make this worthwhile, I need 3 bees per nest. Gathering a few resources, including some flowers from our iron farm, we can now make our way through our portal and onto the nether roof. Here, I want to create a little glass hut, nothing too special, where we can breed up all our bees, if we need to. With 3 bees in each our nest, we can collect these guys and make our way over to the wheat farm. Here, we can add 3 poppies to each level, with the bees sitting right in here. And that's it. The farm's in, and it's working away. And now, with this up and running, we can turn our attentions to the outside. I've got this farm, yes, but now I want to make it fit into our world so that we know this is where our wheat is produced. And to start with, we can get rid of all these trees so we can see what we have to work with. Much better. And to go along with the empty ground up top, I need to fix something else which should also help our area. This cliff. I've hated it since day 1 of my world. It's messy and it just doesn't look good. And to build things, we first need to destroy. So down you come, horrible looking cliffs. Gotta say, that's looking quite cool now that we've dug it all out, but I want to build it back up again. And for that, I'm going to need a lot of resources. First up, we can head into our wood farm because we are going to need a lot of acacia wood. Do I have enough? So we don't show any of the orange of the acacia, I think we do this in full acacia wood. More expensive, but it'll totally be worth it. With the wood collected, there are just a few more resources we need to get our hands on before we can start on this massive project, before we begin the other massive project, which this video is actually about. We've got all our resources. Time to make this cliff look a whole lot better. You have no idea how happy I am to be finally getting on with improving this cliff. But here we go. I'm hoping this makes a massive difference to the area and brings it to life just a little bit more. I've tried to get this cliff looking as natural as I could, adding in the mossy cobblestone to places where it is obviously going to be wet, like the waterfall and down by the river's edge. And what I don't want is the cliff to just be stone. I want to add in a little bit more texture to it. So the dark blocks like deep slate and basalt will do that for us, as well as making a kind of shadow effect. This, along with the other blocks I'm using, should make it look pretty good. And now that we've completed this and it is looking so good, we can turn our attentions to this bit. We've got a lot of terraforming to do. And hopefully I have got enough dirt stored away over here. I have. Grabbing our dirt, we can get on with turning this grassy mess into somewhere we can build up our huge wheat farm. All I want to do is smooth this out and get rid of the ugly holes in the ground, and also give us a better slope up to our starter house. Eventually, we're going to be building a road from up there, so it needs to look a lot better. Finally, all the terraforming is done. Now we can turn our attentions to actually building this place up. And to keep this within a barn theme, I'm thinking grey blocks. So grey concrete, we've got 1. I need more. Yet again, we're out to get more resources. It's a never-ending job, I tell you. But for this area, I want to keep it in the same kind of colour theme we have going on our farming village. So lots of greys and browns. And the first build is just going to be an easy farmhouse where our wheat farmer can live his best life and tend to all the wheat that we're going to be making in this area. There we go. That's the farmer's house in. Something small. I didn't want anything too big, but he hasn't got an interior. That is something that we need to sort. So if we just go out here, close that door, then if we open the door again, we have got a fully complete interior, complete with entranceway where the farmer can come in. He can grab his coat off there, and when he doesn't need it, he can put it back. Same with tools, and his shoes are over there, so he can put them back on there as well. Excellent. And if we go into his main house, we've got a nice big table in front of an open roaring fire to keep him nice and warm. We've got his kitchen, living room, and bedroom right there. And if we come to this door over here, this is our entranceway to the wheat farm. The wheat is coming in well. Now, speaking of wheat, we have got to get that wheat from down there to up here. And for that, we're going to need somewhere to store it. And I'm thinking a bit of a barn just around here. Again, nothing too complicated here. It's a barn. A barn to store stuff. Wheat. It's storing wheat. That's it. Nothing more. Inside, I've still got to make it look decent. So, changing the floor out using coarse dirt and pat mud, it looks like it's a heavily used area. And of course, we're going to need storage to store all of our wheaty goodness. So, plenty of chests for that. Finishing up with a few more decorations to actually make it look like a working barn. And we're done. Barn in, and it's kind of looking wheaty, but the next thing we need to do is actually get the wheat from down below and up into there. The farm is up and running. We should have wheat coming in, and it's going to fill up this one first. 21. Come on. Go on. Yeah, 22. It's working. It's working. It's working. We have got a fully functioning barn. Now that we have those builds up, I want to make this place look more like a farm. And I'm thinking a couple of windmills over here should do the trick. And again, keeping with the same color palette. So I've reached day 1300 in my world, and we have just had a massive thunderstorm. And that guy appeared. He was not there before. I've got a sneaky suspicion that if I go over there, he's going to multiply into about 3 or 4 of these guys with skelly bobs on top of them. Ah, yes, they do. 4 of them. Can I get them? Are you going to shoot each other? Yes. Yes. Yeah, there's 1. Oh, there's 2. You take each other out now, please. Got. No, you're not doing what I want you to do. No. There we go. There we go. This is easy. Oh, that was easy. But anyway, enough of the skeleton dudes. We have now got 2 windmills in our field. With the builds in, we can move on to getting our roads in. My aim is to have all of my world connected by roads, and they just look cool, so I want more. Where's my bed? Have I left it down here? No, where's my bed? Is it over here? Oh no, where is my bed? It's in my inventory. Great, well done. Good morning. What a day to carry on with roads. I'm going to leave that bed there. Bringing this road down from our farming village, we can connect the new wheat farm up to the road network. I also took it around a bit further as well so we can connect up to our new city gate, which is to come. See, roads, they look cool. So the path is in. We've got a nice stone brick wall going right around the field. All that's left to do is actually make this look like a wheat farm itself, because at the moment it's just looking a little bit bland and not very wheaty. That's a word, right? Wheaty? I've been collecting seeds for a while. I'm hoping I have got enough in... Where's all my seeds? Right, we are going to need a lot more than that. This is my moss farm. I can get seeds from here, no problem. So, at the moment, we have got... Wow. That is coming in. We've got bone blocks coming in. So, if we flick our switch, I should be able to get seeds. Yes, it gives seeds. So, let's get moss. Now, we should be getting a load of goodies coming in here. Aha. There we go. So I'm hoping we'll leave that running. Seeds should start appearing like that. Yes. While we turn the rest of our fields into farmland. And then when we come back, there's going to be loads of seeds. Millions of them. This is by far the biggest field that I have ever planted in my Minecraft life. First up, I wanted to change all of the area into farmland, making sure that we have it all hydrated as well, before moving on to planting the seeds. I'm just wondering how far not even one shulker of seeds is going to get us. This area is huge. So all those seeds got us to about here. There is still so much more to do. And I have left this running, and I've taken all the seeds out, and it's given us that. That's definitely not going to be enough to finish up with that field, so I've got a plan, I think. My netherite hoe has got fortune on it, so I'm going to get all the wheat in this area and see how many seeds we can get. I'm hoping with fortune, it should be quite a few. All done and collected, and surprisingly, that's 4 shulkerfuls of seeds. That should be more than enough to finally get this place finished. And with that, the field is finally in. It looks so cool, but it will be much better when the wheat grows. Now, we just have to add in a few more details to really bring this place to life. And what better way to do that than dotting some of our custom trees to the new area? I managed to fit in a few different varieties of tree to mix it up a little bit and not just have it all really samey. I also added in a bit more foliage to the road, as well as running around bone mealing the area to add some grass because it was looking a little bit bare. Also, a good way to bring a place to life and add some perceived movement to the world is adding some carts. So here we can make it look like our produce is being moved from the farm out into the wider world. And with that, our farming area is complete. It's looking so much better. It's come to life so much more with our trees and our carts being transported off into the wider world. Today, we started this project with a pretty grim looking cliff and a mess of an area that I really didn't want to use. But now we have transformed that into something useful, which provides us with all the wheat we could ever want, as well as looking pretty amazing. Walking down our new pathway, we can see how much has changed in this area. Oh, I'm so happy with how it's turned out. But moving swiftly on, it is now time to put in our city gates. Oh, I'm excited. And this is the area that we're going to transform. It's going to be the main entrance into our city. But first, resources. I've got so much to collect. And now that we have our amazing auto wheat farm running, getting all the pat mud is going to be so much easier. And now for the rest of our resources. Heading down into our mine, I wanted to collect a few shulker boxes of tuff. I'm thinking this darker colour will contrast really well with the mud blocks that we're going to be using. From there, we can turn these into the different variations of blocks. Another dark block I want to use is deep slate. So again, back down to the mines we go to get a lot more of this. If only we could mine this so much quicker. Oh, that'd be so nice. With everything collected, it's now time to finally start our city. And like I've said, every fantasy medieval city needs some good looking gates to go with it. I want to make this as grand as possible, fitting in our mud and darker tones. And for a little bit of contrast, I added in some whiter blocks using calcite and smooth quartz, building up the towers on the outside of the gate for that extra grand feel before moving on to the other side, which is going to be exactly the same. And to keep our guards comfortable and give them somewhere to sleep when not on duty, I added a little guardhouse at the top of the gate before finishing off with our walls. And for the top of our walls, I just want to tidy it up a little bit, so I'm thinking spruce around the outside here. And here we've got a bit of a drop down to the walkway, so I'm thinking a retaining wall out of tuff, followed by some stairs so our guards can actually get down to the walls, all topped off with some tough slabs. And for the rest of the walkway, we can just use some grey stony blocks to give it a bit more sturdiness for our guards to walk on as they are protecting our city. Where are these zombies coming from? Child on fire. Good. Oh, no. I know where they're coming from. They are coming from in here. That is spooky. I've got no lights. Oh, I need sleep. Oh. Oh, you're on fire. Ah, hit me. There's a creeper in the wheat field. Oh, that view. Look at this view now as we walk down here. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, I like that. That's amazing. What isn't amazing, though, is this path. I mean, or lack of. Now we've got so much terraforming to do. I need to bring a path from down there and gradually get it down to join up with this path. But there's just one small little thing I need to do first. I've created something bad. I need to fix that by lighting it up. Otherwise, it's just going to be Creeper Central. We don't need any unintentional mod. Hi, where did you go? There's a creeper there. Good. We are safe. Now that we're safe, we can get our path in. First off, starting with our shape. This should be a good start and something to work on. Now we just need to fill it out and actually make it look like a path. I've got a theme with my paths or roads in this area of the city at the moment, consisting mainly of coarse dirt and pat mud, so I think it's a good idea to stick with that around here. Once we are building in the city, that path will completely change and become more solid, in keeping with what a city should look like. So first up, we need to widen this road and then add our details to it. We need a decent enough road to get up there and out of the city, as this is where the majority of traffic, like people and carts, are going to be. With that complete, I carried on with the terraforming and sorted out the area around the gate. I'm just wanting to sort out the ground for now, as I have no idea what I'm going to be building just outside the gate yet. And obviously, no trees around there. We need to keep this view clear for our guards to protect against the roaming pillager horde. Walking up to the gate on our brand new path, you can see how much this area has changed. And look at the size of this gate. I am so happy we have finally started our city and put this in. And as you can see, we've got a couple of diamond blocks there. This is now known as the Diamond Gate. People need to know what to call this place when they give directions. Where is it you're going? I'm off to the Diamond Gate. Oh, I know exactly where that is. Sound, I'll meet you there. And as you can see, I've stopped the path there because I don't know what it's going to be like in the city, and it kind of stops dead. And up top on the walls, you can see that we're finally complete. We've got some lighting because this turned into a mob farm. A little bit of decoration around the place. We need to make it look lived in. Inside, however, is lit up. That's it. It's lit up. I've got nothing else to add. This is a later Souli problem, and that guy really doesn't like me. And we also have this really cool view out over our farming place there, and you can kind of see through there, so we can defend this wall pretty well. And if we come around the back, it's just exactly the same. Could you? There you go. You can even look at that. I purposely did that so you can get out and defend it even better. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. But now we move on. It's time to build another gate. That's right, we have got 2 gates into our city going up today, and I have got the perfect place for this next one. It's going up over here so we can have another entrance to our main city, and this time from the farming village. But I've got a little problem. We're going to need to do a little bit of digging so we can fit it in. So, placing down our beacon, we can now get started on making room for this huge gate. Now that I've got the ground sorted, we can turn our attentions to building yet again. But first, I need resources. However, luckily, we still have loads left over from the last gate. The only thing I need is more brown mushroom blocks, so we can head out to a dark oak forest and collect everything we need there. First, filling in this massive hole so I don't fall to my death as I'm building, and then onto our gate. This one, although the same color palette as the other one, is going to be a little harder to get up. I've decided to build this one on a diagonal so it fits the world a tad better, and also it does look pretty cool. And there's nothing massively different on this gate to the other one, apart from one thing. You'll soon notice that there's 2 blocks missing there, and there's 2 blocks missing over there that you can't see. We've got the diamond gate over there. This is the gold gate. Hi. There we go. So now when one of the villagers says, oh, I'm heading to the Gold Gate, you know exactly where they're going to, because that's exactly what the villagers we'll be saying. They talk properly now, don't you know? Well, I say it's complete, but this isn't serving as a gatehouse at the moment. We've got no path going up to it. So we need to connect that with the path down there. And we need to sort this out because that is not a natural slope to get up to and go through the gatehouse. How are the carts with all the produce supposed to get up that? It's far too steep. Setting up my beacon yet again. We're getting some good use out of this today. I got to work on making this place look a bit more natural for the surrounding area. Like I said, I need a decent slope down towards our road in the farming village. And speaking of road, I got to work on that, bringing it up from the village right up to the gate entrance. Again, in the same palette that we have been using throughout our world so far. Now that we have our road, and what a road it is, by the way, I can turn my attention to getting this place looking pretty decent. So, more terraforming. This time, on this gate, we can add some more detail, as I know I'm not going to be building anything close to the gate. Remember, we need to keep it clear for defensive purposes. Those pillager raids can happen anywhere at any time. However, as we're so well defended here, I want to make it look like it's overgrown and kind of a lush area, meaning no one has trampled all over it. Bushes and flowers can help with that, along with some bone mealing for tall grass. And with that, that is our second gate in, and this place is looking amazing. Absolutely, I love this. Look at that. It totally links the gate down to our farming village now. Just ignore that. We don't talk about that bit just yet. We have gone from having a few rough areas in our world that was honestly not really that nice to look at, to having an awesome custom cliff, a dedicated wheat farming area, as well as 2 amazing gates that will be the entrance into our future city within this area. It's so nice being able to walk down from our gates into our farming village. I'm so happy with how this has turned out. So if you've enjoyed the video, please remember to like it, and if you've enjoyed it so much, how about considering subscribing? And I will catch you in the next one.